Hello, beautiful beings. Just a quick announcement for who won the competition to win a free reading with me. And the person who's won is Chick with no name. Yay! Congratulations. I have contacted you in the comment section. Please send me an email so that we can arrange a time to do your reading. And now, back to the video. Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to today's reading. It's been a while since I've done a reading. I've just been super busy, but I'm really excited to be back, and I'm excited to be back with this topic. So in today's reading, we're going to be looking at this person that's on your mind, whether it's an ex, someone that you got into a relationship with or not, but this person on your mind that you had a romantic connection with, why can't you let go of them? So you're here if there's someone from your past that you can't let go of, and you want to know how you can move forward and let go of them. Okay, so we've got 3 different piles. Pile 1 is this amethyst crystal over here. This is one of my first crystals. It's a huge tumbled amethyst. I love this crystal. Pile 2 is this aventurine. I also really love this one. It's also one of my first crystals. I just felt like I really wanted to work with my original babies. This is pile 2. And then pile 3 is this rose quartz over here. This is actually like my absolute favorite crystal. I love this crystal out of all of the crystals I have. All right, so don't get fooled by what I like and what I don't like. You pick what suits best for you. We've got pile 1, we've got pile 2, we've got pile 3. And remember, here at the Priestess Sophia, we're always about you following your highest guidance, you listening to your intuition, note your triggers, listen to your body, what insights come up for you. So take a deep breath in. Exhale. Arrive in your body. Close your eyes. And which pile jumps out? Is it pile 1 with the amethyst? Pile 2 with the green aventurine? Or pile 3 with the rose quartz? All right, beautiful being. I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome. This is your reading if you chose the amethyst crystal. So I'm going to put your crystal right here. In today's reading, we're looking at the person on your mind. This person that's either your ex, someone you had a romantic connection with, someone you were drawn to, attracted to. Why can't you let them go? You're here if you want to move past this person, or you're just thinking about why you actually can't let them go. We're going to be looking at why can't you let them go, what's stopping you, what you need to do, and then what you need to embrace, and any extra guidance that's going to come through. I'm going to give you an accurate reading, but also pile 1, what you need to do is you need to listen to your own intuition, because here at the Priestess Sophia, that's exactly what to do. Listen to your triggers, listen to your own insights that come through, and listen to what your intuition is showing you. That can be sight, sounds, memories, smells. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. And I'm also a certified energy healer. If you'd like to do energy healing with me, please do check out the link in the description box too. Okay, so the first 3 cards are your oracle cards, pile 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to put those over here in the corner, and I'll get back to those at the end of the reading. So wow, interesting. Your first card is the Lover's card. So this is representing what it is you can't let go of, the connection that you're talking about. Okay, so I'm going to put that right over here. Then your second card is, we've got the 8 of Wands. Okay, just have a good look at that card. And this is why you can't let go of this person or the connection. And then your third card is your Queen of Wands, and this is talking about what you need to do to help you let go of this connection or this person. And this card over here is what you need to embrace. And we've got 10, which is flow. This is a major arcana. And this is the Wheel of Fortune in this deck. And then this is what you need to avoid, future influences to avoid. Sorry, I don't know what I said before. And then this is what you need to embrace. And we've got 4 of fire, which is the 4 of wands. Okay, so you really have beautiful cards, pile 1. And what I'm feeling here is this connection that you had with someone that you were incredibly drawn to, because we've got the Lovers card. And I'm feeling for some of you that you actually probably even felt that this person was the one. This was definitely a divinely guided connection, as we can even see here with the Lovers card. We've got this angel here above bringing these 2 people together. So this was definitely someone that you just couldn't explain the attraction. It just felt like something that was otherworldly. It definitely felt like either a soulmate or a twin flame connection, because we've got 4 of wands here. I'm definitely feeling that it was someone that you felt very, very drawn to, very spiritually connected to, and would probably label with either the soulmate or twin flame connection label. What I'm also seeing here is that there's a lot of fire energy, because we've got wands here, we've got the wands here, we've got wands here, and we've got what I'm seeing here obviously is we've got this naked man and naked woman. And what I'm feeling was that there was a very strong sexual connection here too. The reason I'm even saying that even more is because with this card, we've got this orange coming out in the flow card. As you can see, the cloth draped around him is also all orange. So that's all sacral. So I'm feeling a very, very strong sexual connection here, strong sexual attraction between the 2 of you. And what I'm seeing here with what it is that you can't let go of is that this connection was that was what it was about. There was this strong not just sexual attraction but spiritual attraction. But the reason you really can't let go of it is I feel that the sexual attraction was particularly strong. I feel that there was a lot of ideas shared between the 2 of you. And I feel that there was a lot of energy exchange going on. So we see 8 of wands here, but then we see this man like trying to balance here on his one leg, and then we've got this other man like coming from the back here, like almost kind of going for him in his own kind of way. But and then we've got these busy street lights and the city in the background. And what I'm just feeling is like that there's a lot of busyness. There was a lot of, and that's why I'm saying a lot of energy exchange between the 2 of you. Yes, strong sexual attraction, and if there was a lot of sexual chemistry between the 2 of you, I'm also imagining that there was that energy exchange was even more. And why it is so difficult to let go of this person is because I feel that just like these 2 people are in one another's space, I'm also feeling really strongly that the 2 of you may have probably even lived together, because I'm really being pointed to this building too, is that I'm just getting the sense of the 2 of you really being in one another's space, and that their energy is still in your space and your energy is still in their space. 8 of wands also talks a lot about communication. You and this person may actually still be having a lot of back and forth communication. And if it's not happening in the physical, I'm definitely seeing that there's a lot of energy exchange still happening in the spiritual plane, where you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you, and you are definitely feeling one another's energy. So that's why you can't move on from this person, because I feel that you still feel this person and they definitely still feel you. That's even more confirmed for me, but like sort of like this man's hand being on his heart, which is just making me think that this person is still very much still in their feelings, very much in their passionate kind of feelings. All right, so what is it that you need to do to get over this person? So Queen of Wands is really about taking your power back. So if there's been a lot of energy exchange, especially in an intimate, a physically intimate way, what can often happen is that we can lose ourselves to someone else, and lose ourselves in someone else. And because a physical union between two people, so sex, is a very it's such an intimate act that we can unconsciously even give bits of ourselves to someone without even wanting to do that, or very much wanting to do it, whether it's conscious or unconscious or subconscious. And what the Queen of Wands is about is she's the master of her energy. She's the master of her power. She's also known as the Witch of the Deck. She's known as the social media queen a lot of the time, and that's because she can manage her energy. She knows how to magnetize herself. She knows how to draw others in. And what I'm hearing here is you need to call your energy back. I feel that what may have happened is that in this connection, and this isn't for all of you, that this person may have actually gotten involved with another person as well, and that has made you doubt your own attractiveness and your ability to attract another partner, and also doubt the connection that you even shared with this person. But what the Queen of Wands is a master of, she's a master of herself and self-love, and knowing her energy and loving her energy and using her energy and who she is and what she stands for and what she values and believes and wants more than anything else. She's the queen of self-love. And that's what's called for right now, is for you to really be in your own energy, to call your own energy back, to find your attractiveness again, to find what is beautiful about you, physically and internally as well. I'm also seeing that it's very important for you to discover and almost, I want to go re-explore, but we're talking about rediscover, but to build a different relationship with your sexuality. I do feel that for some of you who are watching this reading right now, that there may have often been times where you've actually used physical intimacy as a way to connect with another individual. And what you're understanding now is that is not something that you need to do, that you are beautiful just the way that you are, and that being in your own energy and trusting yourself and that beautiful sacred sexuality that you do have, and attractiveness that you do have, and creativity that you have, that is going to draw in the right person. But that energy needs to be utilized on the self right now. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so because we've got this is the Wheel of Fortune, we've got flow. So what I'm getting here right now is these are the kind of things that you need to avoid in the future. Is I'm feeling that there's a particular type of pattern, right? Like, remember I said that I'm sensing for some of you that there may be a way of like circumventing emotional and spiritual and vulnerability as well, a vulnerable connection and a real connection, by sometimes using physical intimacy to create that. So there might be a sort of pattern in in your dynamic to do that, and it can be learned behavior, could be a coping mechanism. So what I'm seeing is to avoid going into that same kind of pattern. So what this card is calling for is agency. So the Wheel of Fortune often talks about, like, we think things are destiny. We think we don't have control over things. But our destiny is based on the type of choices that we make. Events happen to us, yes. But how we respond to those events is what actually determines the future. So what I see is very important here is for you to find a way where you are making connections and making decisions. As you can see, like this man, sorry, that was my arm rubbing up against my table, it wasn't anything else, is you making connections like this man is doing, like he's touching his heart, right? heartfelt connections. You see this water over here and his hands on the water too. So it's also trusting what feels right for you, trusting that you feel emotionally safe, because we see water's got a lot to do with emotions. The sacral is all about feeling. And you see we've got this blue here with this water, and the sacral is the orange, and the blue is the throat chakra, and the sacral and the throat are paired. The throat chakra is all about your truth and your truth, right? Nobody else's truth. And the way that you know your truth, the way that you are yourself, the way that you step into self-love and being who you are and understanding your attractiveness, is by allowing yourself to really feel your emotions, because your emotions show your personal truth. They don't show other people's truth, because we don't all feel the same way about the same topics. We all have our own unique feelings about certain things. And what I'm seeing that your cards are saying is, make sure that you feel safe. Make sure that you feel that whoever you're getting involved with is the right person. And make decisions based on that. Make decisions based on what feels right for you, rather than passion all the time. And be mindful of the habit of choosing partners that there's this like this strong sexual chemistry, this like, oh my word, this just happened and I felt like so completely drawn to this person. Sometimes things need to be a slow burn. Sometimes you need to get to know someone a little bit longer. Sometimes the best connection for you doesn't take the way that you expected it to take. So I feel that Spirit is really trying to tell you, don't get into the same pattern. What have you done in the past? Have you always made connections? Because that's what I'm sensing, pile one, is that you've often made connections based on really strong sexual attraction. How can you switch that up? How can you do something different? Because also what I'm seeing here, as much as this was there was a strong pull with this person is also really helping you work through this pattern, because we've got this Wheel of Fortune here, which is talking a lot of the time about karma, a lot of the time about patterns, right? I also feel that maybe how this relationship didn't work out is because the Lovers talks about choice, and it talks about our own personal choices, right? We've got our feminine here and we've got our masculine here, and our own personal values and how we balance our masculine and our feminine. So I'm feeling that the two of you weren't always on the same page, didn't necessarily have the same values. So your guides and spirits is really wanting to point that out. Get in touch with how you really feel, because that's going to allow you to express more of your truth. Okay, so what do you need to embrace? Okay, so I do feel that what's coming in the future is a beautiful, successful, loving relationship. So relationships that are more in alignment with your values, with how you really feel, with that are heart-based connections that make you feel safe, connections that do have this strong spiritual and sexual attraction, but also make you feel safe, are also heart-based connections. I do feel that this connection brought up a lot of energy in your life and shifted things around a lot, because I don't feel that this was a negative connection. I actually feel that it was a really healthy connection. And like I said, someone that you may have actually felt like you're going to spend the rest of your life with. But I do feel that in your future, that is definitely coming. There is some sort of a celebration coming up. There is a relationship where you're going to be able to celebrate, going to be able to be in joy, going to be aligned, share the same values, share the same beliefs, and that you're going to be able to be who you are and be completely in your power and who you're meant to be. So whatever you're working on right now, because I do feel that some of you are working on a project, because even if we've got this over here, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. So pile 1, I do feel like some of you are working on that, working on bringing something in, whether that is, it's like it's drawing something to you. Some of you are manifesting things. So I feel like drawing in money, drawing in a new kind of job, drawing in a new kind of place. That's what it feels like for me, is to keep focusing on that. Keep focusing on completing the kind of projects that make you feel good. Keep focusing on the things that you want in your life. Because the more you do that, the more you're going to draw in the right partner for you. Okay, so let's have a look at your oracle cards. I'm just going to move these up over here and see what other guidance we're getting with spirit around letting go of this connection and moving forward. We've got jump in. Look how beautiful that card is. Look at that gorgeous eye. We've got the perfect storm. Isn't that interesting? The courage to step into life. And just look at that pattern over there, kind of representing the similar energy here with a flow, as well as the pattern that we see here in 4 of fire. And look at this eye that we've got here with the eagle. So eyes are really a sign for you around this connection and how you need to move forward, and just eyes in general. So eyes are very important. I feel that it's very important that when you meet the right person, you have a look in the eyes. Look them straight in the eye. Look at this again. We've got the medicine mother. Look how the eyes are also highlighted in this card, pile 1. So what I'm seeing here in terms of your advice, we've got adventure, say yes to change, the courage to step into life, and honor your inner knowing. So we spoke a lot about patterns, right? We spoke about karma. We spoke about cycles. And when we look at all these cards over here, we've got imagery of spirals. We've got over here with the eye, we've got here in the water, we've got here with this dragon here in the center, and then we've also got the image of the spiral here as well. And for me, spirals represent a lot of change. They represent cycles. They represent the opportunity to change something. So this card over here, honor your inner knowing, speaks a lot about you are at the time in your life. So wherever you are right now, pile 1, you're at an auspicious time in your life where you can break a massive cycle within your life, like a pattern that you've engaged in time and time again, and this pattern is rising up in you, and you have this beautiful positive force and energy to be able to break through that right now. Your angels are with you, because look at this card, we've got 44. So for me, that's angel number of like when your angels are around and supporting you and guiding you. We spoke about angels before, right in the beginning of this reading. So I do just want to confirm that this is very much divinely guided. Whatever has happened in this connection with this person is pushing you past an old pattern of behavior, a karmic pattern. So what would we say is a karmic pattern? So a sort of where you keep making the same kind of decision, the same kind of decision, the same kind of decision, and you're getting the same result. The Lovers is pushing you to question your decision making, make different choices. So over here we've got adventure, say yes to change. So this is confirming the need to change, the need to be something, to do something different, to make a different choice in this connection. This card is telling you to trust that whatever's happened here, because I do feel that this may have been because it was such a passionate connection, that whatever happened in the past was really turbulent, and maybe it wasn't even turbulent between you and this person, but it brought out a force within you that's pushing you to step forward in life and come out as who you are, and to magnetize not only yourself and your own attractive energy, but magnetize your desires. And the only way to do that is by taking action. So remember I said I feel like you're working towards something. Complete those projects. Don't Don't stop. Don't let whatever's happened with you and this person stop you from stepping forward and completing what it is that you need to complete. If I look at these cards here, most of the healing that needs to happen for you is in your sacral. So there is definitely some sort of creative project that I feel that you do need to complete that is somehow being triggered through this connection. I feel like this person has triggered your sacral chakra so that you can channel that energy properly and utilize it properly. So either that means focus more on your spiritual self or on your creative self. Don't use your sacral energy just for romantic connections. It's really beautiful sacred energy that you want to use to the best of your ability on things that are going to serve you. I'm also seeing, so sacral chakra healing. We've got a lot of purple and blues going on here. And for the purple, we've got the amethyst crystal that you chose. So I am feeling, even if we've got over here, we've got purple in this card too, that's what has been risen up in this connection, this energy. You see, I just keep talking as well. It's a lot of energy that's coming out that needs to be channeled in the right direction, but could also be causing you anxiety. So working with the amethyst, I would say, is going to help you calm that energy a bit and allow you to channel it in a better direction. I'm also feeling, because we've got a lot of reference to third eye, even with the amethyst over here. Look at this eye here. We see the difference of the eye here, and we see the eyes here too. Is that I'm feeling that you have really strong visions about what it is that you want to bring forth, what you want to magnetize, and you need to trust your visions. You need to trust what you see. You need to trust what you know. There may be some work on the third eye that needs to happen, but I'm actually getting a sense that your third eye is quite strong. Your third eye isn't always about intuition, but it is also about what you see in your future, what you want in your future. It's about perception, it's about projection. So where are you putting your energy? Remember, one of the first messages that came through is there's a lot of energy exchange. A lot of your energy went on this past connection, but what needs to be learned right now for you, pile one, is how to channel your energy in a way that's really going to serve you, putting it on projects, tasks, people that grow, that benefit you. So choose wisely and don't be afraid to do it right now. Now is not the time to wait. Now is the time to take action. Now is the time to take action and make a different choice, pile one. So I feel like I may have called you pile 3 for a second there. I don't know why, but I'm sensing that if you've gotten to this point, that there may be a message for you in pile 3. So do check that out. Beautiful being, it's been such a pleasure reading your cards for you. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. If you'd like to explore some healing, especially I can see in the sacral chakra, there is definite healing that needs to happen in that space. I'd be happy to work with you. Please do check out the description box. You'll see I will link to my website there and the different modalities that I offer. And I would love to connect with you. It's been an honor reading your cards. Do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And beautiful pile one, I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the Aventurine, the Korean Aventurine. I'm going to put your crystal over here. So here at the Priestess Sophia, if this is your first time, welcome. Here we're all about your highest guidance. So what does that mean? I always work with channeling the highest guidance, so the message that is going to be the most empowering for you. That means that sometimes I'm going to say something that is going to be triggering. Sometimes it's going to open up other insights for you, greater understanding. So I would advise that you listen to your body, listen to what kind of triggers come up. Be curious about what comes up for you in this reading. If you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe, and also put on that notification bell so that you don't miss any important messages that are specifically for you. I feel that if you're here already, we definitely have some sort of connection. I feel that specifically with this pile also today. So in this reading, we're going to be looking at a romantic connection, maybe an ex, maybe someone that you just knew and it didn't really go anywhere, and why that connection is still around for you and what you can do to let go of it. Why can't you let go of it, and what you can do to let go of it? So why are you still stuck in this past connection? Pile 2. So let's have a look-see. Your first card, we've got the Empress. Okay. The second card, so this represents why you can't move forward. We've got the Eight of Cups. Okay. The third card, this is what you need to do to move forward. We've got the Four of Hearts, which is the Four of Cups. Your fourth card, which is what you need to avoid. So future influences to avoid. We've got Shine. This is the Sun in this deck. And then what you need to embrace is Ten of Fire, which is the Ten of Wands. So interesting. Also a lot of fiery energy in this connection, but also a lot of heartfelt kind of connection. I'm going to look at your oracle cards at the end to remember to pay attention to what comes up for you. I do feel that this pile, specifically pile 2, I do feel like you're going to feel a lot of things as I speak. So do note that, because I'm feeling a lot of emotion when I see this connection. So this card, your first card, represents why you can't let go of this connection of this person from the past. So I'm seeing the Empress here, and the card initially came up in reverse. If you remember when we started the reading, I flipped it up. So for me, what I'm seeing here is that this connection actually very much triggered your self-worth. Okay, so there was a lot of self-worth issues that came up in this connection. And whether you're conscious of it or unconscious of it or still learning of it, that's what I feel was very important in this connection. I also feel that this connection mirrors a lot of what happened with your mother, specifically as a child, and communication with your mom, and how to communicate with your mom, and your communication style that you learned from your mother. And kind of behaviors that you've also, in terms of communicating things, that you learned from your mother. That's coming through particularly strongly, and specifically around getting your needs met and feeling loved, cared for, and nurtured. I do feel that the person that you're asking about was a very beautiful person, and you felt very connected to this person, and that this person was someone that I feel that you had somewhat put on a pedestal as well, and almost saw as a really kind of perfect person or a perfect partner. And this is what you can't let go of, is that I feel that this person also, because you put them so much on a pedestal, or because of the way that you saw them, I do feel that this person was also very confident in themselves and very trusting of their own sexuality, and their physical selves, and how they presented themselves in the world. So when I say physical selves, I feel like this person was very confident too. That I feel that this person may have triggered those things for you, whether consciously or subconsciously. So that is the kind of connection that I feel that we're talking about between you and this person. Someone definitely put someone else on a pedestal in this space. So why can't you let go of this person? So we had Eight of Cups, right? And what I'm seeing here, we've got a man and a woman, right? And then we've got these shoes in the middle. So I do feel that you and this person haven't been in communication. I feel that this is definitely a no contact situation, whereas I feel with pile 1, it may have been a little bit different. And I feel one person has made a very clear decision to walk away from this connection. I'm seeing that with the shoes here. But I'm seeing that, as you can see, this person over here, she's still looking in the direction of where this gentleman is. And I'm feeling that you haven't been able to let go of this because you didn't expect them to let go. That's the sense that I'm getting. I'm feeling that it was, I don't feel like it was a surprise for this person to have walked away, but it feels like them having walked away was something that you did not expect. It wasn't something that you set out for. It wasn't something that you planned for. And I'm feeling that there is a feeling of abandonment, but the abandonment feels more of an emotional letdown as opposed to it necessarily triggering abandonment wounds. Does that make sense, pile two? I'm also feeling that you haven't necessarily completely allowed yourself to express your true emotions around this person leaving you. And I'm feeling that there's more to be felt than you're allowing yourself to feel. And that there was a lot of feeling invested in this connection. And that this connection was quite an emotional one between you and this other person, especially because it related a lot to nurturing, because we do have the Empress there. So I do feel that there was a lot of emotions shared between you and this person, a lot of true emotions. And also because Eight of Cups can also often talk about looking for something deeper spiritually, that there was also a lot of spiritual sharing between you and this person. Okay. So what do you need to do to move on from this, to let go of this past, is to actually open your heart more. Four of Hearts often talks about us being stuck in a specific emotional space. So to be seeing things one way when actually it's another way. But what I'm seeing a lot with this card is because we're seeing this big heart here and this woman opening her hands and just letting these hearts flow from her hands. What's being emphasized in this Four of Cups, or Four of Hearts, is the need to open your heart more. And the more that you're going to open your heart, the more you are going to let love in this space. And this is particularly interesting because as aventurine is green and the heart chakra is green, and this the stone works specifically with strengthening the heart and helping with heartache and helping you open your heart, especially the heart chakra, right? And interesting here, we've got the heart opening there too. Okay, but we're going to look at a little bit more why we're saying this is future influences to avoid. So here it's what I'm also seeing is because we've got this woman opening her heart and letting a little out, letting a little out, and letting it out, is that she's doing it in a way where she feels safe. So to open your heart, indeed, but to do it in a way where I'm getting the message around boundaries, because 4 is a lot around stability. And when we look at numerology, we're looking at building, we're looking at foundation, we're also looking at 4 being, because it's the number of building, we're looking at boundaries as well, right? And this emphasized also by this heart surrounding her, like it's a boundary around her. I'm feeling that there's a greater need for better boundaries here, and respecting not only your own boundaries but also other people's boundaries. I feel like that is very important here. So what I'm seeing here with what's needed, what you need to avoid, is I'm seeing, this is the Sun card, so it's often talking about communication. And because when we look at the Empress, this is also my card a lot of the time for being your true self and sharing your inner child. Is what I'm sensing here is, you see how this woman is just, her eyes are closed and she's just surrendering and completely opening herself. Because I'm getting the message of needing to be a bit more boundaried here, what I'm seeing that you need to avoid is like going into situations where you just keep giving and giving and giving, and you're giving with your eyes closed and not necessarily seeing the truth of things. There seems to be a lack of communication that happened here in this space, and truthful communication. And I feel that what's needed here is better communication, and not being blinded by just an outpouring of emotion. Because it seems like what happened in this connection was that it was very strongly emotionally driven, because we have these 2 cups cards here, and that resulted in some sort of buildup of emotion that just ended up in a spill of emotion being communicated, as opposed to a more, as we can see, I don't want to say moderate, but an understanding of the emotions felt and what needed to be said. So I want to go back again to boundaries. So it's beautiful to give of yourself. It's beautiful to share of yourself. It's beautiful to be open. It's beautiful to communicate. But what I'm getting here is find the truth of that communication in a way where your boundaries are respected and someone else's boundaries are respected. So avoid giving so much of yourself that you kind of lose yourself. That there's so much that you've given, like it's almost like this light is so much. Don't be blinded by there's something that's coming to my mind now, pile 2, is that I read about we can be seduced, we can be seduced by good karma. So let me give you an explanation of what I'm trying to say here. A lot of the time we talk about bad karma, and bad karma is usually when we keep making negative kind of choices. So if I keep disowning myself and my needs for the sake of a relationship, then I keep disowning myself, then I keep making those kind of choices, and I can end up attracting someone and people who will do the same thing to me, or who will take advantage of that, whether they are doing it intentionally or not. Or they're not even doing it, but because I'm not communicating who I really am, and communicating what I really need, what tends to happen then is the person, I attract people who are going to either take advantage of me not doing that, or who are going to highlight that truth for me. And that can come in so many different ways. I hope this makes sense. There's just a lot of information that's coming through. So that would be an example of bad karma, right? Where I'm disowning myself. Even simpler example, because I feel like I'm getting too complex, but I needed to say that for some reason, is like if I keep hitting someone in the face, and I keep hitting them in the face, and I keep hitting them in the face, then people aren't going to want to hang out with me anymore, because I keep hitting people in the face, right? Bad karma, right? So then people start calling me abusive. Now, good karma could be like, let me give more, let me give more, let me give more, let me give more. And if I keep giving, then people are going to love me. So this is the kind of sense that I'm getting from this, is don't be seduced by good karma, because this light here that's coming here, it feels like false light. So don't think that because you're being a good person and giving of yourself and keep giving of yourself, that is that is the right thing to do. Make sure that you're operating from a heart-centered, boundaried place, where you are making sure that your needs are being met, and that you're taking care of yourself, and that you're nurturing yourself. So I hope that makes sense, pile 2. Because I'm seeing here what you need to embrace, interestingly enough, is it says too much work, accept help from others, life is out of balance, stress related health concerns. So this is the 10 of Wands. So what I'm seeing, what you need to embrace more of, is when you're tired, is when you've had enough, is when you've given too much, is when you can feel that your body, because we're seeing the body being highlighted here, is that when you can feel that your body is stressed out, when you can feel that you actually need some rest, when you can feel that you're vulnerable. So it's to pay attention to stress in your body. Pay attention to spaces that cause you stress, and then to rather ask for help instead of pretending that those don't exist. Very simply put. Okay, so let's have a look at your oracle cards, pile 2. So what do we have here? We've got cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Okay, I just want to move these cards up here. So we've got a lot of heart chakra healing that's coming up. Because also even with the pink over here, we've got pink here, we've got pink in this card over here. Pink can also be the color of the heart chakra. And then we've got horned cactus, resourcefulness, and we've got green here, so we can clearly see heart chakra needs healing here. If you'd like a personal reading with me, check out the description box. If you'd like healing with me, also check out the description box. All the modalities I offer are in there as well. And then look at this, we've got lady. Interestingly enough, this is the Empress in this deck, and we've got the Empress twice. So this is definitely about self-love for me. The Empress card a lot is about self-love, and how does self-love look in the world for me? Okay, and we've got a lot of green here. I'm also seeing red. So I spoke a lot about the mother in the beginning and your connection to your mother, and that being highlighted in this connection as well, and ways of communicating. We're seeing red here, so there could be some root chakra, some ancestral issues that are coming up here, learned patterns of behavior from your mother, particularly in this connection, that needs some healing. So what this card talks about specifically, pile 2, is to trust that what has happened here in this connection is actually to open you up. So it says rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So what has ever happened between you and this person, as bad as it may seem, this person walking away, something coming to an end, because I see 10 of fire, 10 of wands means something coming to an end, is to understand that whatever has happened here is actually for your highest good. So Rumi says something beautiful about when our heart breaks, it's so that our heart can be more open. And we've got a lot of heart imagery here. So where you have been emotionally affected, not just only heart imagery, but also heart chakra with all the colors too. Green is also a very healing color. That this that has happened here is so that your heart can heal. It's so that you can open your heart more, but in a healthy way, right? In where you understand what your heart needs, but also respect and understand the needs of others. But the only way that you can respect the needs of others is by learning to respect your needs. So we talk here, the horned cactus talks about resourcefulness. So as much as it seems like you're not getting your needs met, or that by this person leaving, your needs haven't been met, or somehow this person hasn't seen your needs, it's to understand that what's happening right now was meant to happen, but that you have the ability to give yourself what you need. And what you're really being pushed here, and what this connection is pushing you to understand, is your own inner resourcefulness, and that you're able to give yourself what you need. And I'm feeling strongly that whatever you've needed from this person, you're actually being pushed to find that within yourself, to find greater self-love, to find greater self-reliance. Talk here about enjoy growth and reap rewards. So again, this card is confirming and affirming that this connection is there to help you to grow, for you to step into understanding your needs, how to meet those needs, and that you can meet those needs for yourself. Again, we have this kind of image of, you see how she's showing the apple, and the apple's like open, and here we've got this cracked openness. So I feel, pile 2, that some of you may have a tendency to kind of retreat when a need hasn't been met, instead of admitting that a need needs to be met. And I feel what you're being asked here is to remain open to seeing the situation differently, but also to remain open to trusting that the love that you want and need, A, that you can give that yourself, you don't need to seek that from other people, and B, that you have to honor how you feel. And when you're giving too much, it's like having a greater respect for your heart too. So as much as it's great to have an open heart, don't let your heart close up. Also have boundaries around that heart. As you can see, even with the horned cactus, so he's got, it's right under this, is to also respect your boundaries. Have boundaries around what it is that you need. But you have to honor those boundaries too, right? You have to, so it's like expecting people to give you what you need, but you're not giving yourself what you need. So Oprah, I'm quoting Oprah, always said, you teach people how to treat you, but you teach you how to treat you too. So if you're not treating yourself the way that you want to be treated, you're teaching yourself that it's okay that you don't get treated the way that you want, right? That's the first thing. And then secondly, I'm getting like you need to also practice what you preach, right? So if there's something that you're needing from someone and you're wanting them to give that to you, make sure that you're able to also give that to yourself, because then you're not going to have a strong intensely charged desire for that person to fulfill that need, because you're going to be able to do that for yourself. Yes, I'm really getting very strongly, you need to be able to trust that you can give yourself what it is that you need, and to not always seek that from others. And that's really going to help you move from this connection. So respect your boundaries, but keep your heart open. Learn to understand your heart and learn to respect your heart more, pile 2. So if you'd like a personal reading, check out the description box. If you'd like to do some healing on your heart chakra, also check out the description box. It's been an absolute pleasure reading your cards for you, pile 2. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose this lovely rose quartz. So here at the Priestess Sophia, if you're not familiar yet, we talk about your highest guidance. So what that means is I channel your highest guidance, so that it is the most empowered message that you can get regarding whatever we're asking about. In this specific reading, we're looking at a past connection, a romantic connection, an ex, and why you can't let go of this person. Okay, if you haven't yet, remember to like and subscribe. If you do want a personal reading with me, check out the description box. I also offer healing. If you'd like to see the modalities that I do check out the description box as well. So these are your oracle cards that we're going to look at right at the end to give you just further guidance. Your first card represents the connection, so what it is that you're struggling to let go of. Oh, interesting. We've got the devil. Okay, put this one over here. Your second card represents why you can't let go, and we've got the 5 of Wands over here. Okay. The third card represents what you need to do to let go of the connection. We've got the 6 of Wands. So again, a lot of sacral chakra as well, because we can see the orange here, and Wands energy is always, it's like, it is spiritual, sexual energy too. So definitely talking about the sacral. And then we've got what you need to, future influences that you need to avoid. We've got 7 of Swords here, seek the truth. And then future influences that you need to embrace, we've got 5 of Earth. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Again, we've got orange and blue coming through very strongly. We also have green. So we're seeing the sacral chakra, the throat chakra, and the heart chakra come through. Also, we do have rose quartz, so that's often the heart chakra, but I'm feeling that you just need a lot of love energy in your aura as well, just in all your chakras. So if you can wrap yourself in pink light, that is going to help you a lot. Because I am feeling that there was a lot of deception and lies in this connection. Lots of deception, lots of addictive behavior. So we've got the devil here. So the nature of this connection was definitely very intoxicating, quite addictive, possibly a karmic connection, but I don't want to even call it that because it doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like someone you felt very addicted to. And I feel that there could have been a lot of, like I said, lots of lying and deception, but I'm also seeing manipulation and emotionally abusive behavior. So lots of fighting, lots of violence, and the violence doesn't always have to be physical, but for some of you that will resonate. But I'm feeling this is definitely a past connection, so not a healthy dynamic at all. It feels like it was a very toxic relationship, and the reason that you seem to have really, like, you struggle to let go of it is we've got 5 of Wands. So if we look at that, we've got a motorbike on top, and then we've got a motorbike on the bottom, and then in the center we've got a woman. So I do feel that this person may have actually cheated on you, so there might have been a third party situation here. The reason I feel that even more is because we've got these 2 different men and this person in the middle, so we've got like 3, like, just I'm just getting like that there were people involved in this connection. And then we've got this 3 energy here too. So 333, there's definitely a soul lesson that's coming through here. Definitely. And really understanding what I want to say here is the difference between yourself and your spirit. I don't know why I have to say that, but I really do feel that that's very important to understand. And to understand who you are authentically versus who you think you need to be in a relationship. That's a very important lesson that's coming up here, pile 3. And I do feel that you may have sacrificed your true self for love in connections. Okay, so what is keeping you stuck here is I feel that this person that you were also involved with presented 2 different sides to themselves. This is why we've got these 2 men here, and then sort of I'm feeling you walking in between that. So we've got the motorbike on top and the motorbike at the bottom, on top and at the bottom, and then this woman in between. So I feel that the way that you saw this person, or you saw their potential, you fell in love with their potential, and I feel that the reason you're struggling to let go of this is because you have an idealized view of how this person is. But this person in reality and what they've done shows something very different to what you envisioned for yourself. And I feel that you're trying to make sense of that. I feel that you and this person also, there's this, for others of you, that's one aspect of it. And the second aspect of why you're still struggling to let go of this person may also resonate for you. But for others of you, this is the reason, is because there was a lot of competitiveness in this connection. So I feel that this person may have actually tried to put you down. Maybe they felt that you were kind of intimidating, and I felt that you needed to change who you were and become smaller for the sake of the connection. And that splitting yourself almost in 2, making yourself kind of different for this connection, is something that you've done before. The reason I say that is because we've got the devil here. So there's some lesson here that needs to come through that. And I feel that this lesson could also be tied to your soul specifically, like a soul lesson of not doing that, of not becoming something other than who you really are. Okay, let's move on. The reason I say this also is because the way for you to get over this past connection is to stop caring what others think, because Six of Wands is a lot about achievement and public recognition. And you see this man here on the horse right in the center. So it's often in the traditional rider weight, you see a man on a horse and all these people around him like sort of celebrating him. So I feel like for this pile, there's too much focus being on either people pleasing or also caring what other people think about you, because maybe you've been in a toxic relationship. You've got to let that go, pile 3. There's got to be more of a focus on yourself and your self pride and what you need to feel like yourself, instead of what other people need to think of you. That is going to help you let go of this. And the more you can allow yourself to be loud and proud, because if you had a very competitive connection with this other person and they kind of try to suppress you, that you may have suppressed yourself, is for you to actually celebrate yourself and actually completely really be who you are and step out boldly, just like this man on the horse here. Step out boldly into the world being who you really are, and being that despite what other people think, being more you, being more and more and more you. Okay, so what this is saying, what you need to avoid is, this is the 7 of Swords, so that's deception, right? Is here you can see this woman, she's like removing the veil and the light is coming through. So it's saying seek the truth. So avoid the surface level stuff. Avoid what looks pretty on the outside but isn't really pretty. So we've got a lot of blue in this card, right? Blue is the throat chakra. That's the expression of your truth. This is even talking about seeking the truth. So it's about, don't be something that you're not. So avoid hiding yourself even behind the veil. Avoid people who do that. Avoid people who are pretending to be something else. Avoid people who, when you ask them a question, can't give you a straight answer. Start trusting that you can discern the truth, you know. Start trusting your own inner guidance. Start listening to those little intuitive nudges that come through for you. If something looks one way but it feels another way, listen to that. So very important for you to not lie to yourself, and also to stop choosing people that say one thing and then do completely the other thing. Promise something but don't keep their promises. People who take from you and then leave. Yes. Okay. What is that you need to embrace? So we've got 5 of Earth here. So the first thing is, I'm also getting being more in touch with your heart, because we do have this 5 of Earth energy, and we've got the green of the heart chakra coming through. But 5 of Earth is traditionally 5 of Pentacles, which is, if we look in the Rider Waite, we've got 2 people outside a church, and it's interesting because it's kind of representing, it's reminding me of this card here. And we've got 2 people usually outside the church, and the church is actually called 2 homeless people, right? The church is actually calling them inside to go and listen to their intuition and listen to the truth. But they're so busy, stuck in their lack consciousness, and so stuck in their narrative of being homeless people, poor, or whatever, whoever they're representing in the 5 of Pentacles, that they don't see the church. So in this one here, we see light, we see beautiful golden light, and we see this sort of temple in the background, and we see this door here. I don't know if you can see it there. There's a little, it looks like a sanctuary. So what I'm seeing that is really important for you is to embrace places that feel safe. Embrace places that are there and accept you for what you've been through. Because if you've been through an abusive, whether it's emotionally, physically, psychologically abusive connection, there are people who can help you with that. I'm feeling that for this pile, some of you may need to go and see someone who can help you with that, who can help you through um, working with that. You'll know for yourself if that resonates. If you've been waiting for a sign to speak to someone about this connection and how it's affected your mind and your perception of yourself and made you feel that you maybe have to hide yourself, there is no shame in that. I've been in that space too. Do not be afraid to acknowledge that. Find safe spaces. That's what you need, pile 3, is find safe spaces. Find people who feel safe. Find spaces that feel safe. And find that safety also within yourself. See if you can cultivate that. Once you start finding places that you can express yourself better, even if you can't find another person, create that space for yourself and start speaking to yourself about how you feel. Tell yourself the truth of your feelings. Go into your heart, have your hand on your heart and speak. Just speak that out loud. It's a great way to hear how you're really feeling and what your heart really needs. And because we've got this earth energy, it's very important for you to create that space for yourself. What I'm also feeling will be really good for you and what you need to embrace is being in nature, feeling the earth, feeling the sanctuary and the sacredness of the earth is really, really going to help you, pile 3. Grounding yourself is also going to help you. Alrighty, let's see what your oracle cards say, pile 3. I hope this makes sense for you. Please do let me know in the comment section how it resonates. And if you'd like a personal reading and you want to go deeper in this, do check out the description box. I also offer healing, so we can work together if you'd like to work on this. Alright, so we've got Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, Seed the light by staying grounded. Okay, so remember right in the beginning, I said, I feel like this is a strong soul lesson because we had 3 here with these 3 figures here, 3 figures here, and 333 is usually my sign of massive soul lessons and soul growth. And what this card talks about is that you've come to this planet to not only elevate your human, which is often what the devil speaks of, our body, the body, the human, the ego, but to also elevate consciousness and bring in different consciousness. And as you can see that we've got this blue again. So to bring in truth, bring in higher forms of consciousness, right? To bring in truth. But what this card talks about is, so we've got seed the light by staying grounded. And we just spoke about that earthy energy here. So what's very important for you, pile 3, is to get to a more grounded space. You might be an empath. This is why you might have also been attracted to narcissistic people. You may feel that you resonate with that, or people who are emotionally, psychologically, or physically abusive. You may have been attracted to those situations because you could feel the pain within them that you wanted to help them with. But what's important is for you to be safe in your body and to be grounded in your body so you can recognize that you also deserve safety and that you shouldn't sacrifice yourself for another person. So I do feel that it's very important for you to get grounded so you can fully serve the beautiful purpose that you do have, and to be able to give your love. Like we have this rose, this rose quartz here, to be able to give your love in the way that's going to be safe for you and healthy for you. You've got your drifter, experiencing life as it comes. So what this card talks a lot about is that you may not know which way to move right now. And I feel like that's important. I feel like like if we looked at 5 of Earth here as well, and we were talking about the homeless people walking past the church and not listening to their intuition, I feel you just need to trust where you're at right now. Your intuition's going to guide you. Stay grounded. sometimes life needs to kind of take that slower pace so that you can integrate something, so that you can meander, because the meandering is going to do something specifically to your energy that's going to allow what new downloads you need to get to come through to you, because I do feel there's some new information that wants to come through to you, some truth that wants to come through to you. So allow yourself to just move through the space. Look how strong this blue is coming through. And sometimes for us to receive new information, we mustn't be doing too much of anything or be too involved with something, because we need that space for new energy, new to come through. And then we've got spring here, which says see your seeds grow. And we've got the word seed come up twice. So you may feel very strongly like you're a star seed, like you're an empath, that you do have a mission here. And I do feel for very many of you that whatever you've learned here has been a very strong soul lesson that is to help your growth. And that by springtime, if you're not in spring just yet when you're watching this, that you're going to see massive growth in you as a person because of this connection. But I do feel that this connection is really very much about you learning a soul lesson about being a human, but also about how your choices as a human affect the soul's understanding. I'm sure you'll make more sense of that. Again, if we look at this kind of door imagery, we've got the door here in the Star Keeper, and then we got the door here. And we kind of have like this opening here. So there's a door here. There's a new path that you're going to be directed to, pile 3. And you just need to allow yourself to transition into that space, because I'm feeling that there needs to be a little bit more integration that needs to happen. So what happened in this past connection is seeding something beautiful for you. You just need to allow yourself to find the safety to allow that to appear, and the understanding to come from within as well. So get grounded, find a safe sanctuary, connected to nature, because we've got nature even here with the bunny and the flowers in the background. But I think ultimately by springtime, whatever that is, whenever you're watching this reading, whatever time that is, time of year that is for which time zone you're in, that this connection and what has transpired here is going to lead you to stepping out more in a public way, for you to more be yourself, and for you to show up in a way in life that is more aligned with the truth of who you are. All right, beautiful being, this has been such a deep reading, and I feel like what you've gone through is very deep. If you'd like to explore this further, check out the description box for a personal reading. If you'd like to work with me, to check out the link to my website and the modalities I offer, I would love to work with you. If you feel connected enough to do that, that would be great. And it's been such a beautiful honor and privilege reading your cards for you, pile 3. And I'll see you in your next reading. Sending you so much love. Bye.